Fire burning on the dance floor. Fire burning on the dance floor. Somebody call 911. Burning fire burning on the dance floor. Oh, hello there. Hopefully everybody's having a good day today, and we're coming here today with dance floor video. We are trying to beat Impoppable on dance floor. I have beaten it previously. I had it recorded. I had commentary over top of the video, and now I've been struggling for the past 3 videos to beat this. So fuck me, you know? And mainly it might be my fault because I'm talking while I'm doing it, but I don't know. I've kind of been enjoying the last couple of videos just being able to do this and chat and shoot the shit. I was telling a story about a company founder of the company founder of Grubhub in the last video, and I'll finish it off here in the beginning here of this video, and then we'll just keep going into the continuing into the rest of whatever I fucking talk about, because I just tend to keep going. Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic here, attaching it to my shirt. It's a little lapel mic. But yeah, I just yeah, I don't have any shout outs today for anybody. For any new viewers here, I kind of just I've been playing this Bloons Tower Defense 5 game, and I've been working through it. A lot of people probably are wondering why I'm not playing Bloons Tower Defense 6, and the primary reason is just I just don't have it downloaded, and I haven't beaten this game yet. So I thought a lot of my YouTube content is gonna be complete garbage for the first little while. I listened to the intro of a book about YouTube, and it was by the intro was of Mr. Beast, and Mr. Beast actually said make 100 videos, and he goes, and all of them are going to be shit, and he said, but that 101st video is going to be better than your first video. And it's like, that is true, Mr. Jimmy. I've made 70 or so videos so far, and I will say that everything about these videos are probably better now than they were in the beginning. It's still, it's still a struggle. There's like, and I can only imagine. So like, you look at a guy like Mr. Beast, Jimmy Donaldson or whatever, and it's like Mr. Beast is like, that's a really hard job, and he's like maintaining that pace. So edge finding here, guys, just so you know, try to find the edge. Black, 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 red. So now I found the edge on the right. Down, 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 red. Black. Back off a little bit. I'm just gonna check the right again. There we go. Edge finding. So it's like perfectly nestled inside that little corner so that I'm going to be able to maximize my space as I go across and get all the rest of my balloons, my balloon traps with my monkey engineers. I'm going to be putting them across there, across that long thing. At the end, I'm going to put a little bomb tower. So yeah, but what I was discussing in the end of the last video, if you guys were following along or you guys are in the Just Win playlist. Oh, this wouldn't be in the Just Win playlist because this is probably not just a win. I was like on a streak there of like 6 wins, 8 wins in a row, and now all of a sudden you got shit like this. So anyway, so where I was going with this, I was telling a story in the previous video about Mike Evans, the founder of Grubhub in the States. He wrote a book called Hangry, and it's about the up and coming, it was about the company beginnings and kind of growth of Grubhub and it merging with another company, and just like all the little intricacies, the things that happen with his wife and discussions that he's had with his wife, how he has interacted with employees, things that stuck out with him throughout his career. And it's just like, I would say that, if you guys hate on people in high level positions, what I'll say is that it's like, try to read about them and learn about them, and like don't compare yourself to them. Just like look as an observer, as if like, if you were gonna look at them as maybe like your friend, and try to look at them in a positive light, as like, because the thing is a lot of these people, it's like people tend to look at people in high positions of power, and they look at them as like negative or like they're evil or something like that. And it's like, most of the time the reason they got there is because they're competent. They're really good at something, and Mike Evans happened to be a really good programmer, and also he had an interest in food delivery. Like, he was really just annoyed that he couldn't get food at home. Like one night, him and his wife actually just wanted to get some takeout, and they were looking at like, well, what do you want? Do you want pizza or do you want pizza? And it was like, well, let's get pizza for the 95th time. And he's like, I really wish, I had uh the ability to get, like he was basically was trying to look for like menus online of like, Chinese places or whatever it was. He was trying to find other food, and he's like, I can't find any of this shit. This shit isn't online. And it's like, no. And the idea of actually ordering food online didn't come until years later. Like that wasn't even, and it's funny because he discusses that in the book how it hit him after like 3 years. It was like hit him like a ton of bricks where he was just like, I am such an idiot. He goes, I've been doing this the wrong way. And then they completely revamped the whole business, and it's, oh shit. I'm going to have to replace that, move that down. But he kind of revamped the whole business to just adjust, make the adjustment necessary. In business, they call that like a pivot. Um, I'm really fascinated by business guys. They're particularly interesting because they're very creative usually, and I mean some of them are just good operators. Not depends. I mean, like I like more of the founder type of guys, guys who have started stuff like um Mike Evans. I think so. Where I was going with this story, I'm gonna actually try to finish the story that was at the end of the last video, which is it was about him going to MIT. He was discussing how. Just let me make sure that everything's all good here before I get into this story. Lightning bolt, we need that. And I'm going to get a bomb tower. No, we're not going to get a bomb tower. We are going to put this down here. That's what's necessary right now. Suckier, heavier blades, long range suck. Long range suck from the other side of the room. Because I'm like a black man. Like a woman trying to suck a black man. Ha ha ha. Making jokes. Anyway. Uh, Mike Evans. I crack myself up, to be honest. um, where I was going with all this is, so Mike Evans, founder of Grubhub in America, he went to MIT, and he was talking about his most difficult class that he had taken there, and it was the intersection of acoustics, materials science, and electrical engineering. Um, I guess it would be a little bit mechanical engineering too, because you'd be designing the speaker. So the intersection of those 3 or 4 disciplines. And it was taught by a guy named Omar Bose. And if you guys are familiar with the Bose speaker, he created and developed that. And this guy, despite all of his genius, you would expect somebody like him to have a very scientific way to go about all this. And it's like obviously he's a very scientific person, but the thing is like he basically kind of out oh my god, this sentry. I'm just trying to put down this fucking bomb tower and this goddamn sentry keeps popping into my way. Uh but anyway, the whole point that I'm getting at here is that he basically discusses how he just trial and errored his way to making this thing. Like the Bose speaker, he had another iteration of it that didn't quite do well. He really it was by the sounds of it, he was kind of disappointed in that. But the thing is, what happens. You do whatever you got to do, and he reiterated, and what he said was like he tried a setup. The setup didn't work. He said they measured the results, and then he goes, then they reconfigured the setup. They tried again, and then they, tested the results. And was there an improvement or was there a loss? Was there a increase or a gain or loss? And whatever they were measuring, was it up or down? And it's like if it's up, okay, well let's try to do that again. If it's down, well let's go back to the original. Let's try to make a different adjustment and see if that works. It's like and you iterate that over time, and then the thing is what ends up happening is you have something that's way better than the original product, right? And it's like, well, fuck. So the thing is that's what's funny about things is like, so how much should we value our ideas? I think it's a good question because people constantly are like questioning things about like, well, what should I do and how do I do things? And it's like a lot of the things that if you really think about it, they just go back to like, well, you just need to start, you know? Just get in there, bitch. Like get in there and start trying. And I think it's a Joey Diaz quote. I think this is really funny. Is Joey Diaz has a quote, and it's like before he gets on stage. I think they have it at the mothership right as you walk out onto stage, and it's like, "Get it together, bitch," and it's like that's Joey Diaz talking basically to himself about how he needs to get it together because when he's going on stage, he's freaking out a little bit. Anybody knows Uncle Joey? He's a cool motherfucker, but wild motherfucker. Uh, some people don't seem to remember their cocaine stories. He seems to remember them. He remembers like textbook too. He's kind of a wild man, you know, but the guy's got like textbook stories over and over and over again. He just nail you with them one after another, and it's like he's so fucking funny. I don't even. He's not. Maybe he's not funny to everybody. You know, I think Joey Diaz deserves way more credit, but I think that the thing is the days that he's hot, you know, and he's hitting. I think it's just maybe he doesn't hit on some days, you know, and the only clips that I see online are the days that he hits. I've never seen any of these guys live. I've only been to one comedy show live, and it was actually pretty good until the headliner. It was really embarrassing, actually, I thought, because everybody was great. It was I think it was called whatever. It was a festival where they had like 10 amateur comedians. Oh, I'm gonna have to build here, or else I'm gonna start to lose and have issues. Any radar scanner before 59 for sure. I'm gonna get Dragon's Breath on that bitch because we're not fucking around with no. We're not fucking around this time, boys. We're not messing around, not one bit. We are going. We're going for the motherland. We're going for the motherland. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. There's no losing in this one. I can't lose. I can't lose in this one. I mean, I can, but I prefer not to. I just want to beat this and be over with this and move on to the next one. If I do lose, you guys might see me throw my phone across the room. You guys won't see it. You'll just hear me yelling, "Mother fuck." Fire burning on the dance floor. Fire burning on the dance floor. Somebody call 911. Fire burning on the dance floor. Now. Dead air. Monkey engineer. That's what I need. More monkey engineers. We're just going to keep going here. We're going for round 85. We are going to win this one. Actually, I got a funny story about that. Just being confident in yourself. I was in engineering school in university. This was college actually. And I had a strength of materials course that was I'll say now, looking back on it, it actually wasn't that hard, but I just didn't put any effort into it. I'm sure that some of the viewers probably know that it's like, yeah, yeah, you didn't do well, but also you didn't put in effort. So I mean, how much can you really uh, attribute to the class being difficult if you didn't put in the effort? And I think that that is true with most people. You know, if you actually tried, would you do well? And I think that like for your friends, for people out there that have people in their lives that they know could do better in certain things, and they're it's like how much effort are people putting into shit? That's like a good question, because it's like somebody who's trying as hard as they can at something, even and like for people who do that, if you guys are people that do that type of stuff, it's like if you try as hard as you can at something and you still fail, it's like usually you're still pretty like, it might suck in the moment, but it's like, you feel pretty good about getting it done, or about like just trying, because actually doing things is really hard. So I think I heard somebody say recently, it's like, people want to hate on businessmen, and it's like making a business is fucking hard. And it's like, yeah, I've been trying most of my life, and I still have yet to succeed. And I'm not embarrassed about that. In a lot of ways, I think it's what gives me a little bit of an edge, because it's like I have failed a lot, and I'm willing to fail. And like, especially with these videos, you guys probably watch them, and sometimes some people are like, this is annoying. Why the fuck is this guy talking? Or, I can't believe he's saying this type of shit. And it's like, I'm actually like a real person, you know? And like, I'm not trying to hide anything from anybody, and I'm not trying to deceive anybody, and I'm not trying to lie, you know? Like, maybe I already said that. But anyway, uh, it's like there's difficult things that occur in life, and they're going to happen, no matter what. And sometimes people don't like to talk about them. I like talking about them. I don't mind talking about them, and I like it when people and other people talk about them too. I asked a question in one of my previous videos. I said, what's the most difficult thing that you've gone through? And somebody random who hasn't commented before, he actually commented sobriety. And I just thought, I don't know, man, if you're still, I think it's Dalton Hayward or Hayhurst or something like that. Dalton, if you're still listening, man, comment and I'll shout you out again, because, I think that anybody deserves credit for, overcoming something difficult, especially something like that. Doesn't matter what you're recovering from or what you're, being sober. What, it doesn't matter in what way you're trying to be sober. If it's like, weed, or if it's alcohol, or maybe it might even be just be fucking coffee. Like, who knows? But the thing is, and this is what I think is the best thing about uh these things, is that it's like, things seem to be way better for people when they're aiming up. And that's just like a general guideline for anybody who's like struggling. It's like, try to aim up, you know, stop aiming down. When that little voice inside of your head tells you to do something that you should do, or maybe it actually is the opposite, where it tells you to do something that you shouldn't be doing, right? Like, you're gonna eat that ninth cookie that's on the counter, and you're gonna be like, maybe I shouldn't have it. And it's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have had the first one either, but like, you know, you can change in a moment. Anybody can change in one moment. That's all it takes. And I think the more people that realize that, uh, the better life will be for everybody. Life can change in a moment, and it's on all of us. Like, it's actually on all of us. If somebody's acting wild in public, and it's like, you're behind them, I'm not saying to, tackle them, but it's like, fuck, maybe you should, you know? Like, I understand that there's things that go into all this shit. Like, you can't just be tackling people in public and whatever. But you know what I mean? If some guy's got a gun and he's holding it to a gun store, if he's holding it to a convenience store owner's head, like, I don't know, and you're behind him, it's like, if you fuck that guy up, is anybody really going to be mad? Like, it's like he's going after some innocent store owner. Like, I don't think anybody's going to be mad. But, you don't know how society is, and I'm from Canada, where the laws are really fucking weird. If you guys if you guys are familiar with anything about Canada, there is this weird little caveat. We have these weird little caveats in our laws that are really annoying. And, Trudeau's kind of, I'm not going to get much into politics, but uh our laws are really weird, because we have this law that's like, if somebody breaks, I guess not a law, it's sort of like these situations that people have talked about. And I have one of my friends, his brother is a lawyer, so I've actually discussed these things with him a little bit, and he says, yeah, it's about as ambiguous as you would expect. Like, the law pretty much handles it in the way that I was discussing it with them. He's like, they don't really like it. They don't like a lot of these things, but this is the way that they've set them up. And he goes, now that there's a precedent, people aren't really sure how to backtrack that, which is, very concerning to me. But anyway, the situations that, like, we find ourselves here in Canada, it's like, if you were to get into a physical confrontation with somebody, you're not allowed to use more force than they used on you. So, I mean, in a weird way, it's like, if somebody punches you in the face, it's like, then you can punch them back. But if somebody's acting really aggressive and, like, say, backs you into a corner, and then you punch them in the face, and say they fall and hit their head against the cement and you kill them, it's like, there's actually a good chance you're going to serve some serious jail time for that in Canada, which is like, I do understand that it is like involuntary manslaughter, or not involuntary, it's just manslaughter. I think manslaughter generally is involuntary. Nobody purposely, slaughters people. Maybe they do. Actually, yeah, they do. That would be first degree murder, right? Um, anyway, I might not know what I'm talking about. But I'm trying to beat this game now that we're getting up to level 80 here. I'm going to focus in because this is going to be the most critical part. But I'm going to fill in this whole area here with a whole bunch of Moab destroying power because that's what's necessary to get past some of the next levels. This is fun. This is fun talking, playing this game, discussing things with people. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys are too. You know, if you guys are enjoying this type of content, please like and subscribe. You know, let me know what you guys like about it. Let me know what you don't like about it. Anything that you'd like to see. I would like to do some more videos about just like, you know, weird little things like the fucking balloon trap thing. That's a monster, you know, and a half. Uh, I feel like it's such a game mechanic where I feel like I'm cheating half the time, you know. It's a game mechanic that's part of the game, so I mean I'm not really cheating, but it just feels weird, you know, because it's like look how much money I'm making just from clicking these things, from the balloons going over them and blah blah blah. Look at look at this, making tons of cash, way more than what you would if you didn't have them. Like it changes the whole game, you know. I might not even be able to beat these levels uh if I didn't have that strategy. So I'm really glad that I found that strategy. So balloon traps, and then we're gonna keep filling in this area here. I'm actually gonna get a monkey intelligence bureau. Try to get that as high up there as possible. Long range suck. Sounds really funny. Long range suck. The way that they worded a lot of these things in here are it's just funny to me. I like the convention. I honestly I would love to go and visit Ninja Kiwi one day and actually meet some of these people that have made this game. I think that I could do a whole series or something on like, you know, Ninja Kiwi and just like how great of a company they are. It just seems like they're probably like 100 $200 million company just based on what I would what I could what I would estimate. You know, they've been around for a long time. I don't know who owns them or anything. I'll have to get into that one day. I really like that kind of information, so I think that that would be really cool to know. I'm gonna go Intelligence Bureau on this too. Fuck it. I don't really need a monkey village, so we're gonna go that. I'm gonna start placing some more Moabs up here. Just so you guys know, round 85 is a real fucking monster, so you need a lot of Moab popping power to get by it. But we're beating this right now. We're not gonna lose this game right here. Moab popping power. I'm actually gonna get a second monkey wizard. Lightning bolt. And then we're gonna put the rest of the cash into Moab popping stuff. Probably until maybe I might put one more other type of unit down or a couple more different types of units down, but I'm not going to get too crazy with anything else because I know what it's going to take to beat it. And I have most of the other stuff that'll be fine with beating it. Everything else should be relatively okay. I'm not too concerned. I don't even think I really need to collect money from these balloon traps anymore, but may as well. A little bit extra cash just to provide the security so that I can actually confirm the win on this one. Like a confirmed kill in COD. I haven't played COD in so long. No. No. Are you kidding me? I lost again? Man. Okay, well I'm just uploading these. Come back for the next one. Hopefully I'll beat it in the next one. I really thought I was gonna beat it there. Bye guys. Have a good one. Bye.